You've heard of Tulsa, maybe. But what if I told you there wasn't just one Black Wall Street? There were over 100 black towns across the U.S., self-built, self-governed, self-sustained, and nearly all of them were systematically destroyed, not lost to time, not swallowed by poverty, but burned, erased, bulldozed, on purpose, and most people have never heard of them. Why? What was America hiding, and why does it matter now more than ever? Asterisk in the ashes of slavery, Black Americans did the unthinkable. With nothing but faith, land grants, and grit, freedmen built towns of their own, not ghettos, not enclaves. Towns with black mayors, black-owned banks, black newspapers, farms, churches, businesses, all run by the very people America once enslaved. Names like Nicodemus, Kansas, Mound Bayou, Mississippi, Langston, Oklahoma, flourished. These were cities of hope, born in defiance of racism and abandonment. A New York Times article from 1890 described these towns as orderly, prosperous, and proud. They had ambition, they had structure, they had power. Asterisk in that was the problem. Asterisk America wasn't ready for proud, prosperous black towns. White. Neighbors and local governments saw them not as miracles of resilience, but as threats. Why were they thriving while poor white farmers struggled? What message did it send if formerly enslaved people succeeded without white help? What came next wasn't random. It was calculated destruction. In 1901, Pierce City, Missouri, a mob burned down black homes, forced 300 residents to flee, and seized their property. No arrests, no reparations. Just silence. In Forsyth County, Georgia, 1912, over 1,000. Black residents were expelled through lynchings and terror. The county remained almost entirely white for over 75 years, and then came Tulsa. 1921, asterisk Black Wall Street, Greenwood district, bombed from the air. Yes, you heard that right. Aerial firebombing eyewitnesses said the sky turned black with smoke. An estimated 300 black residents killed. Over 1,200 homes and businesses destroyed in 18 hours. Asterisk, but Tulsa wasn't unique. It was just the loudest. The tip of the iceberg. Research by historian Dr. Michelle Duster notes over 100 documented cases where black communities were burned down, flooded out, redland zoned out of existence, or wiped off the map by highways in Oscarville, Georgia. Erased in 1912, now buried beneath Lake Lanier, Vanport, Oregon, a bustling black suburb, flooded in 1948 after dam failures local officials knew were coming. Rosewood. Florida burned in 1923 after a false accusation from a white woman. Triggered a week-long massacre in each case. Black families lost, land wealth records and generational opportunity. 2006 study The Color of Wealth estimated that up to $3 billion in black generational wealth may have been erased through violent displacement from these towns. Asterisk, how many family businesses were lost? How many college funds? How many homes that should have been passed down? Asterisk. Here's the deeper betrayal. These were not just rogue mobs. They were aided by police, courts, and city planners. Sheriffs turned a blind eye, judges dismissed claims. Insurance companies denied payouts after the Tulsa Massacre. Survivors tried to file for damages. Most claims were denied. Why? Because the riots were classified as civil unrest, not terrorism. And when those towns were destroyed, city planners stepped in. They didn't rebuild. They rezoned. Asterisk highways were built directly through once thriving black neighborhoods. In cities like Atlanta, Detroit, New Orleans, and Los Angeles, interstate projects became weapons of ours. As urban renewal projects boomed, black towns shrank. As white suburbs expanded, black home values plummeted. It wasn't a tragedy. It was a strategy. Asterisk textbooks don't mention Clearview, Oklahoma, or Lincoln, Kansas, or Freedmanstown, Texas. Why? Because acknowledging their success and their destruction forces America to confront a lie. The lie that progress has been fair, that freedom was truly given, that everyone had an equal shot, even local museums and historical societies. Skipped over the facts. Survivors, silenced by trauma, fear, or shame. And yet, the traces remain. Photographs of bustling black Main Street's maps, showing towns that no longer exist, oral testimonies, passed from grandmother to grandson burnt. Church records, land deeds forged or stolen as. Writer Ta-Nehisi Coates put it, "Plunder is not incidental to America. It is foundational." Asterisk, here's what they didn't expect. We're remembering. Descendants of towns like Rosewood, Nicodemus, and Eatonville are reclaiming their stories. Lawsuits are underway. Historical markers are rising. Reparations are back on the table. This isn't just history. It's living memory. It's a blueprint for resistance. Because what was built once can be built again. But only if we tell the truth. The 100 black towns didn't vanish. They were stolen. And now we demand their return. Asterisk, remember? Their names, restore their legacy, rebuild what was stolen,